I did
That's
too.
not a quibble or bit. That's I like that.
Yeah, a nonverbal communication, and it works
Yeah.
quite well because there's that through line of it throughout. Because at times
right.
Cisco does shake it, and other times he doesn't. So it's very telling. But he is there to make the announcement that he has just completed the Ferengi attainment ceremony, which is, it's now
It's a bar mitzvah.
It's a bar mitzvah.
It's a
is what I
bar
was gonna
mitzvah,
say,
exactly.
or a bat mitzvah if you're a female. But yes, he's an adult now, finally. And one of the things about being an adult, a Ferengi adult, is that he has to choose a
Trekkie
mentor
1982.
to apprentice.
Sto
under,
Elcom.
and he's there
Nightbot.
to choose Cisco.
Welcome to
And
STO.
To commemorate this
Attention
moment, he
all
has
hands.
a
This is your captain
handful
speaking.
Of latinum to give as a
We
gift.
have landed in
like
a
in a
bit of
bag,
trouble
right?
and I
It's like
need all
it's a
hands
bag
at
of
deck to
bundle.
join
I
the
think
mayhem.
bundle, yes.
It's a
Be
bundle.
careful
Bundle of
but
latinum.
stay sharp and we will
Nog
survive
says in
this
the scene
chaos.
He wants to be a Starfleet officer. Says basically, I want you to be, my mentor. I want you to help me. I want to go to the academy.
I don't think he says he wanted to go to the academy.
No,
That's
Cisco.
A surprise there. Cisco says you
Yeah.
have to go to the academy.
You have to go to the academy. Nog says, "Where do I sign up?"
Yeah. Well, first he says, "Where do I get my uniform? Like, who's going to hand out?" Like, he already thinks he just gets the uniform immediately. Yeah. No. And that's when Cisco says, "You need to go to the academy first." And he says, "Okay, I'll just sign up for that easily." He doesn't understand the ramifications of what it takes to become a Starfleet officer.
And if we may also point out, that in a previous episode, Cisco has wanted Jake to go to the academy.
That is right.
Yeah.
And Jake says, no, that's not what he wants to do. So it's interesting that Jake's good friend Nog wants, in a sense, to take his place.
Yeah. And that's also something that Robert Hewitt Wolf spoke about. He said that essentially, because we have already established that Jake does not want to follow in his father's footsteps, that opened a door for Nog to be that person. And that was the right way to go. I think a lot of people are very happy about this twist and turn in the plot.
Welcome to Pariah 3. I'm Lieutenant John Vanderveer, and I'll be your demolitions expert on this trip.
He'll think about it. That's all he says.
I'm afraid it doesn't work that way. We just don't give... We don't just give Starfleet uniforms to anyone. And then does Nog pull out more Latin? He's like trying to bribe him.
No.
Oh, he doesn't?
No, he doesn't try to bribe him. And it's not it may be a bribe. Of course, it may be a bribe. But the tradition would be that if you're going to be my mentor, I have to pay you for that.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's... The handshake is human. The bundle of Latin is Ferengi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And that's really what's happening in this episode. For what I consider to be the A story and not the B story.
I agree with you. Of course.
The A story. And that's what's happening in this story.
So in Ferengi culture, that is standard operating procedure.
In Ferengi culture, if you ask for anything, you have to pay for it.
Yeah.
And I think he says that. Doesn't he say something like it's tradition to after my attainment, sir, I must purchase an apprenticeship from a suitable order. Yeah. So he lays it all
Fire
out
in the
there.
hole!
He makes the effort of being...
Obstacle clear!
Yeah. Yeah, it's great. Well, Cisco says a non-Federation citizen needs a letter from the main level. Nog says, okay, get me a letter. Cisco is like, let's take him back.
Yeah, I mean, we have to appreciate where Cisco's coming from, which is that up until now, Nog has done nothing at all to be worthy of going to the Academy. Nothing. I mean, the last episode that I remember seeing him in, he's been misogynistic about how all it was on the day, and he's been Steve in the original episode. He's done a number of things. It's not just being a Ferengi.
Fire in the hole!
And so I can understand
Clear to proceed.
Cisco's reticence about writing a recommendation, which of course would have his meaning and would reflect back on his judgment about recommending Nog.
Because up until now, we've not seen that on the screen at all. And really, the stuff that you have seen, it's talking about girls. It's doing funny little
Typical teenager
typical
stuff.
teenage.
Well, this is the first time I think that Nog has suggested that he's growing beyond, that he's thinking about the future. It's a big step for him.
Well, he's
Yeah.
become an adult.
Yes,
I
but
mean, he's become an
He's
adult.
had the
Fire in the
ceremony.
hole!
Yeah, there you go.
the ceremony, I guess, was the catalyst for the spark. plug,
Area
which
clear.
really gave him focus, because up until this point, he's sort of aimless. He's just,
Scans show that we need to jump down this narrow fissure in the rock.
And now
Be
he has
careful. I don't know what's waiting for us at the bottom.
He has a very, very specific movement. And now you see some aim and some drive and some purpose.
To me, what it speaks to is the value. You know, I think it's a loss in our culture that some of these traditions,
According to our scans, there's a tunnel under us. Give me a moment, and I'll clear a path.
Marked the moment where he had to intentionally and very
Fire in the
consciously
hole!
choose to stop being.
Watch that first step.
Because all of that teenage behavior is normal, whether you're brainy or dreamy or whatever. That's what you do. At a certain point, culturally, you kind of go, all right, now you've done that. You've gotten sowed your wild oats or whatever. Now is the time.
I think I can get us across. See that large stalagmite? If I blow it just right, it'll fall across the chasm. We can walk right to the spawn mother.
Well,
Cover
we
me!
still have one that's always there, which is when people graduate from high school, they have to choose what the rest of their life is going to be. Are they going to continue with their education? That's a demarcation that we still have, and that everybody has to face.
All right, we're back in the caves, back in the moon that they should never go to. They weren't invited, and there's all kinds of disturbances. They can't even communicate. Why are they going? I figure the moon is down. Looking for this huge, lots of moonquakes. All of them. Who produced the moonquakes? Do moonquakes make sense?
No, and it doesn't help this episode in the least. I don't understand why they're there. It doesn't make it, except they don't really. It doesn't. They aren't really a threat.
Hi, everyone.
No.
And
Welcome to the stream.
Episode,
They really were only there to ignore Orange. That's the only.
Let me know if the
it's a healthy episode. There's one
podcast
moment where
audio is okay,
and,
cause I don't know
that's
how
just-
it's
That's fine. That's fine.
here for you,
That's on another
you
show,
know.
we'll talk about it then. But these quakes don't make any difference.
No, I don't have a problem with them. Robbie, clearly you're also Team Quibble and Bit on this point. Oh, that's fine.
Well, can you tell me how they help? How they help the episode?
Well, they did help in that one.
Yes,
part
in the
there.
one scene,
In that one
exactly.
scene. But other than that, they didn't.
You could have just had it happen then. Oh my gosh, this new level of urgency, as opposed to constant moonquakes. I just like to say. I feel like moonquakes. It feels like a dessert. Like
Well, that would be mooncake, not
Mooncake,
moonquake,
yeah.
right?
that's
So-
what I'm thinking. Moonquake.
And that's very popular in the Chinese culture.
You killed
We
the
have
spawn mother,
mooncakes
but
for
we
the
need to
moon.
fall back so I can set off the charges and bring down the hive.
Yeah.
Growing up in the South, we had moon
That's
pies.
one.
Yeah, that's right. Moon pies, which is tell us what a moon pie is, Robbie, for those of us who don't know.
It's got like a cookie with marshmallow in the middle, and it's covered in chocolate.
like a hard chocolate shell.
Like
Oh
a
my
hard
gosh.
chocolate shell.
I will
with
be right
cookie
back.
with kinda-
I'm going to switch
yeah,
accounts,
something
Yeah.
in marshmallow. It's pretty
cause
cool.
as you know, I have to do.
Yeah.
All right, so there's a moon.
The
quake
event
that's
of my
down in these
husband as
caves. They decided
well.
to split up, which is never a smart idea.
No. Why?
Let's split up and find that fugitive. We'll meet back here in 20 minutes.
Can I go back to scene one just for a second?
Are we quibbling?
Yes, we're quibbling.
Yeah.
So we've just in that scene we have a discussion about. You didn't ask me for my opinion. You didn't ask me whether I wanted
That's
to go to the
right.
dinner or not. Kira doesn't really ask Odo, should we go down to this moon? He says okay. In a sense, he says okay.
Yeah.
And now the splitting up. There's no discussion whether this is good or bad. We know it's bad.
Oh, come on.
But there's
hurry
no
up.
discussion from Odo. It's just simply, I'm giving orders. You, I think there's quite a bit of this of just once once we've actually got aired it, then she forgets about it. As though if we had that discussion, if any of us had that discussion with our significant others, with our wives, we would think, okay, I really should ask permission here. I should have a conversation. If not permission, at least have a conversation.
We were reminded at the end of this episode that she's the superior officer. She could say no to dinner without asking him, just based on rank.
Sure.
I mean, I get his personal point, but
Yeah.
she is the ranking officer.
I mean, this is one of the few times where she pulls rank in an episode, where she says, "I'm your superior officer,"
Yeah,
and then of course he just resumes his commission.
smart move.
But I would say if you're going to set up that we need to talk about things,
Yeah.
why aren't they talking about things?
No, she's just bossing him around.
Yeah, if you're going to track from that very first scene, when she says, I don't want to stay here any longer than we have to, I say we split up. We meet back here in 20 minutes. She could have said, I don't want to stay here any longer than we have to. What do you think of? Should we split up? I mean, maybe we can meet back here. I mean, yes, she could have consulted him because of that prior conversation in the runabout. You're right.
Agreed.
You're right.
Agreed.
Okay.
So Odo's going down a passageway, and then he hears Kira calling for help. Just
Almost immediately.
almost immediately,
Yeah, that-
literally 5 seconds later.
Probably should.
He turns around, runs back to help her, comes back to this chamber where he finds her foot stuck in what looks like a rock, basically, on the ground.
Yeah.
But looks like a prop.
It looks like a prop.
does.
It does. Her foot has a crystal rock wrapped around it, and she says it's encased in this crystal, and it's spread out. So set up her prop. She's got a rock. How do you step into a rock? It just-
Come on. Hurry
I
up,
don't
Joe.
know. She thought it was a fisher or something.
I guess so. Well, if there's moonquakes, there's all kinds of crazy things happening. She stepped on a rock and it sucked her foot into it. Is what we're supposed to believe.
Right.
Yes, it's what we were supposed to do.
Yes.
Moon rocks can be dangerous as well.
Yes, they can. Everybody, PSA, watch out for moon rocks. If there's a moonquake, get out of there. All right, back in the
Live long
chamber,
and prosper.
This is where I made the note. How is there so much light in this cave? They didn't have flashlights on. I didn't see any lantern they brought with them, but it's bright. It was super bright in there. Just an aside.
You know what would have solved that, Robbie, is if they made the crystal the light source. If that thing was
Yes.
And now you got light.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Or if the walls had been luminescent.
Lumen,
Yes.
yes.
Yes. Because I don't know if I've told this story, but I'll tell it real quick. My son Carter came to visit us in Utah, and there are these cave tours you can go on. The Park Service, you have to reserve it. You go in these caves with the park ranger. You go down, have to get on our knees sometimes to get into these chambers. And there's lights. They've, ran electrical so that there's lights in the chambers. We get into a big chamber, and the park ranger says, this chamber is where the two young boys first discovered this cave system. He tells the story. And he said, I'm going to turn out the lights so you see what these
Welcome to
boys
Pariah
saw
3.
100
I'm
years
Lieutenant John Vanderveer, and I'll be your demolitions expert on this
Turns
trip.
out the lights. I have never felt such darkness in my life. It was, I had my hands like in front of my face, nothing. Like you could not see. So yeah, when I see scenes like this, I'm like, where's that light coming from? Because it's dark. Caves are dark.
Yeah, so luminescent walls would have been good.
Would have helped.
Or a lantern. If they're going into caves,
Yes.
if they know they're going into caves, I'm sure they've got a lantern somewhere. Or
I certainly like this
Well,
podcast
Kira's foot is
But-
stuck. Oda tries smashing it with a rock. He picks up a rock.
because I don't.
as opposed
I'm
to
on
morphing into
a
something that
Patreon on them.
mallet.
It's full of
Sledgehammer,
commercials.
you know.
That's the
What a
downside of it, you
wonderful
know.
modern technical thing of rock is to smash it. Why not?
In
Why
a
not
sci-fi
morph
show.
yourself- Yeah, in a sci-fi show.
Exactly. He can morph into anything. So Kira should have said, Oda, just morph into a giant and take care of this.
But okay.
He asked her to slip her foot out of her boot, and she says no. I can barely feel my foot. The crystal was pressing so hard. Yeah, there's no way to get it off. So that gives you a little
Fire in the hole!
restrictive.
Squeezing. Yeah, squeezing. He tries to phase
Obstacle
her.
clear.
Yes, another quibble and bit. Well, we know who's in the boot. Phasering the rock should inflict damage to the entity.
Oh yeah. Yeah, what we learn later is if the entity actually phasers itself. Yeah. This is a bit of a
This is a
rule
big
change.
quibble. This is a big quibble. I hear you.
Yeah, there's no way out of this quibble.
No, because
Because if the rock is part of the entity, then the entity is
Fire in the
phasering
hole!
itself, and it would have
Damage.
Clear to proceed.
For want of a better word.
unless the phaser is just
Unstunned?
No, it's just yeah, it could be unstunned, but it's still part of the entity, the phaser itself, correct?
No, there's a physical phaser. He picks it up later.
Yeah. Yeah, he picks it up later and points it at the entity. And he figures all this out. Yeah, this is a big
So-
quibble. I don't have a way out of this thing.
So the entity brought a phaser down there with.
No, the entity took Kira's phaser.
Oh yes, correct. So that is curious.
It's cold this morning.
Okay.
Alright, good catch.
I was
Well,
about
that's the end of the
freaking
episode, everybody.
point.
Yeah, we're
Thank you
done.
very much.
We are done.
Not
Good
funny.
job, gentlemen. You guys look good.
So where are you going for dinner?
Yes, let's have Thai food.
Fire in the hole.
Alright, well, let's just keep going. Let's forget we know this.
Area clear.
She phasers her rock foot,
Yeah.
and it grows. It grows much bigger. Odo tries to beam him out. Too much interference in this seismic moon quake.
Scans show that we need to jump down this narrow fissure in the
You're
rock.
saying too much.
Be careful. I don't know what's waiting for us at the bottom.
It's a whole new way of doing TMI.
Yeah.
And earlier when Armin was talking
Yeah,
about,
like-
the quibble is when she phasered the rock, all I could think about was Dwayne Johnson was there.
Garrett, you have the most creative mind of
Yes, he does,
substituting
he
in
does.
acronyms.
According to our
and-
scans, there's a tunnel under us.
and-
Give me a moment. I'll
Johnson
clear
was
a
the
path.
person holding the lantern, because that's really like him.
That's right. Dwayne the Rock
Fire in
Johnson
the
was
hole!
in the cave with the
Right.
Watch that first step.
All right, well,
Okay, let's go. Sorry.
yeah, Odo says, I can't get, us beamed out of here. I'm going to walk back to the runabout. Yeah, he goes, I'm going to walk back to the landing site, try to transport.
I think I can get us across. See that large
Maybe that
stalagmite? If I blow it just right,
But at the
it'll
end,
fall
there
across
isn't
the
really
chasm.
change.
We'll walk right to the spawn mud. Cover me.
Now that you mention it,
Did your red flag come up right there?
Kira self-aware. Yeah. And by the way, I wonder if Nana, because she knows the ending, how differently she was playing this from herself. It seems different.
It did seem different. I think so.
Oh, definitely.
I don't know for sure about the but it did seem
Seems odd. And, at times early on I was like, oh, she just use a judgment call. Is it like bad acting or something? Or something seemed odd about it. And I think she was playing a bit of the end of what we've come to learn. This wasn't authentic Kira's.
Right.
The real thing. Okay, so the next scene is a quartz, or quartz bar. The A story, because I like the story. Hippies.
I mean, the
Rom is trying to repair a replicator. And, Nog is there, Quark is there. Quark arrives. And Quark is very rude. Very rude. He's very dismissive and blaming everything on Rom. In fact, I think he says everything that goes wrong here is your fault.
Hey guys, can you tell me if the audio
And
podcast
then Rom agrees with him.
is alright? Because I don't know how you guys are hearing it.
So Rom is just taking all the time. And Nog is clearly and that's when Jake arrives. Jake shows up. He thinks this whole thing with his dad was a joke. Like Starfleet. Nog is very mad in the scene. He says it was serious. He says his reasons are personal. doesn't tend to tells Jake to leave. A lot happens in this.
Yes, and it's a growing arc for Nog as well. He's not only made a decision to join Starfleet, but I think it's the first time I've seen him actually very serious about saying.
Alright, I'm going to change back to my own account again.
He's
Bear
done
with
it
me.
comically before, but this was a very sort of telling moment. And of course, Jake doesn't understand, which I thought that he played incredible.
Yeah. Nog says there's nothing to figure out here. I'm joining Starfleet, and that's that. Now, if you don't mind, I have a lot of work to do. Yeah, very adult.
And reinforces the quizzicalness of Cisco. I don't understand why you want to do this. Even Nog's best friend doesn't understand why he wants to do it.
Yeah.
Hey Garrett, Warp Speed has officially turned into Transwarp Speed. Holiday shopping season is officially here.
Uh-oh, look out for mutant salamanders.
You're very funny. But it's true. That's why I'm going to be sticking to online shopping at Uncommon Goods. It's safer.
Uncommon Goods takes the stress out of gifting with thousands of
Alrighty.
unique, high-quality finds you won't see anywhere else. Don't wait. The most meaningful gifts get scooped up fast.
I did that puzzle that we ordered from Uncommon Goods, and it turned out so great. Did you get it in the mail yet? I can't wait to see what yours ends up with.
Yeah, I just got it. I'm going to start working on it today, and then I'm going to send it to Armin.
Oh, great. That's going to be so cool to see all our puzzle pictures and see the differences
Okay,
they all
what do
have.
I
It's
need?
such a
How
cool
much
idea.
the- oh,
You know,
I just
Uncommon
12
Goods has
minutes.
so many great
That's
gifts.
not going to cut
Uncommon
it.
Goods is something for everyone.
What is the
You'll find thousands of
win-
new gift ideas that you won't
Double
find
as
anywhere
quark. I can do
Shop
that.
at Uncommon Goods, you're supporting artists and small independent businesses.
And don't forget, at Uncommon Goods, they
Sorry.
give back $1 to a non-profit partner of your choice.
So
Okay.
don't wait. Cross those names off
I'm
your
going
list
to
before the rush. To get
fast transport
15%
them.
off your next gift, go to
Deep Space Nine.
uncommongoods.com/TDF.
That's uncommongoods.com/TDF for 15% off. Uncommon Goods, all out of the ordinary.
I'm Richard Simcock. I'm a cancer specialist, and I work with a team that always do their best for all of our patients. But we can't be there around the clock to support them, and that's why I recommend the Macmillan Online Community. It's a safe, anonymous online forum open 24 hours a day, and everyone there knows what it's like to have cancer. As a doctor, I do everything I can, but I know that when I can't be there, they can be.
Search Macmillan Online Community.
Pro drivers live for race
What
day.
about that?
But for small business owners, every day is race day.
Macmillan.
That's why going pro with Lenovo Pro matters. One-on-one advice,
Alright.
customized hardware, and IT solutions that
Gosh.
keep your business on the right track. Plus,
Here we
exclusive
come.
member-only pricing is your turbo boost when margins get tight. Business goes pro with Lenovo Pro. Sign up for free at lenovo.com.
Spin the wheel and win.
We do see a cool establishing shot of this magical moon planet with the shuttle with the runabout on it, and it's kind of a beautiful shot. I don't
Yes.
know if they did models. I don't know, what that shot, how they made that shot, but it was cool. I thought it was very cool. I'm not usually blown away by establishing shots, but this was a good one.
Oh, we're back in the runabout. Odo is trying to beam Lena, beam Kira out of there. But there's atmospheric ionization that is inhibiting a transport lock. Odo says, can you compensate? Peter says no.
go round.
Major Barrett says no. And then essentially Odo is like, okay, I need to launch a communications probe to broadcast our whereabouts, so get some help from Deep Space Nine. Probe is launched. Odo says, how long can we expect help to come from Deep Space Nine? And Computer says,
Did I
2 days.
got it?
He's like,
Yes.
he's beside himself.
That was
He
fast.
doesn't have 2 days to save
No, because there's moonquakes.
I'm not going to get
moonquakes,
those in 8 minutes.
expanding crystals.
It's expanding
damn
close,
it.
so I think
No,
more
no,
than
no, I'm not going to do it.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, say it, please. Jump.
Okay,
So,
let's get out
finds
of
out it's
here.
gonna take 2 days because of the interference.
And if I'm correct,
He was in space.
hold on.
How long would it take for him to communicate with Deep Space Nine?
Almost
About
instantaneously.
instantaneous. how long would it take for him to fly that ship, which we've seen he's capable of, to fly that ship out of the moon and its surrounding aura, and fly into space and make that call?
Okay, I will do that just real quick, guys. Bear with
Minutes,
me.
seconds.
Yeah, because
Okay.
the runabout is not damaged.
No.
The runabout is not crash landed here. They're not.
If he really wants to save Kira, all he needs is a 5-minute trip into space, or let's make it twice as long, a 10-minute trip into space, make the call, and then take 10 minutes to go back to Kira in the cave. I just went, no.
Seriously?
Also, as far as getting Kira out,
I need to
Crystal may
do my
be
infantry,
embedded
I
in
see.
very deeply. I don't know. But if I were Odin,
Okay.
capable of transforming,
Good to know.
I would transform myself into a gurney and wheel, put her on the gurney, or put her
There's a
on the
lot of
gurney.
solutions here that they just are not trying because they want to.
Or what do you call it when you a medical person puts their arm around you and you help them out?
Oh,
Is
yeah.
she attached to the Earth? I suppose she is, and that. But anyway, so forget about the gurney. I still think he could have gone into space and communicated ASAP.
Yeah, he's only got one solution, this kind of vibration frequency thing that he keeps trying. That's getting him nowhere.
Well, we haven't gotten to that yet, but yes, I mean, but Team Quibble and Bits strikes again. Yes, you're right. He could have given that message by flying
Fly out of there.
the runabout out of. Actually, he could have flown out and flown back to Deep Space Nine to give that message in person and
Gone all the way back there.
He could have gone all the way back and come back in enough time to save her. And also, why didn't he try to dig around or underneath the rock? Like, because we don't know how far it goes down.
That's right.
Here's an analogy I have for what you're saying.
Yeah.
So here I am in Vancouver in this apartment, and let's say I wanted to get a hamburger from the place on the corner.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get DoorDash on my phone. And I'm like, my phone, it's just, I can't get DoorDash. I guess I'm going to starve to death. Or I could take the elevator down, go get my burger, and come back, and I wouldn't starve to death.
Exactly.
So basically,
That's the same thing.
it's like, that.
It's why I have a problem with the threat. This whole episode dealing with this threat. And there's so many ways to get around it. It isn't a life-threatening threat, no matter what they tell me.
Yeah, I agree with you, but I like the A story, Nog.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's just talk about the Nog scenes and
I
skip
love that.
everything with Kira.
Nog, I was so proud of Nog when he wants to join
I know, they're fun.
Starfleet, and
We're back in the chamber.
he
They
was
go back in the chamber. He hears phaser fire. Sounds like a battle going on.
telling I don't have the lobes for business, so I want to be somewhere else.
Moonquake, and he runs back into his chamber, and the crystal is now up past her knees. Growing.
Okay, that's it.
Kira is armed.
Do I
She says
have
this
already new
fugitive
ones?
found her,
No.
and they were
I got
exchanging
5
shots,
minutes.
They both missed.
Poor ones.
And, Odo is
Space.
examining phaser
Um.
marks, and he does comment. He said, "Boy, it
I'm
was
really
close.
worried
You
over
missed
it.
so much here. You were very lucky." So these phaser marks are placed later on. Yeah, and Kira says, "You missed our friend. He came out of the tunnel. I think he was as surprised as I was. Fired at me and ran back down the tunnel."
And disappears for the rest of the episode.
Yeah. Yeah. And if Odo had just said, "Well, what did he look like?" and just started to ask a few more questions, I think he would have busted open this whole con pretty quickly.
Probably.
But he does check out these phaser marks. Back on the promenade, up in the upper level, Bashir and Cisco are walking and talking. I like this little conversation. It has nothing to do with anything.
Yeah.
Absolutely
But
nothing.
it's lower decks. It really
Yes,
is
it
lower
is.
decks.
Oh, well,
It
that's my
has
demo
nothing to
die.
do with anything, but let's just talk about,
What the heck is it?
Ensign
being
Felixapran.
Um,
Ensign Felixapran and his budding baby.
not the door.
So I don't know what
Not
Felixapran,
Commodore.
what species he is, but he I guess, has egg sacs or something. He's gonna have twins. He needs paternity leave, basically. Cisco's very happy for Ensign Felix.
Not playing all my end over them, but okay. If we go.
Paternity leave, and they talk about their baby shower. O'Brien and Bashir are throwing a baby shower for him. It's very cute. Put in an order.
Greetings, this is Hugh, Director of the Cooperative
Sorry,
War
you can't
Reclamation
do it
Project.
now.
I'm assembling a task force to take down the Aetherians, and Command has put your name forward as their specialist at Oldenborg.
It'll cause, it'll keep you
It'll cause you to get
And
pregnant.
its allies are currently trying to track down Tassim Faye. We think we...
Good to see you, my friend.
Multiple
As you can, we can ponder their motivations further once the shooting stops. For now, I believe we should focus our attention on putting a stop to their attack.
Yes. We've never heard about them doing it. I want to meet them.
I've got to bring this one. It's okay, Yep. Not my favorite.
They talk about, but we never see
Cisco heads into.
We did it. Sensors are. Two of our ships were studying the nearby rift into the mycelial network when the Klingons attacked. Well, I'm still showing them on sensors. They're not responding to our hails. I fear they're in danger.
Hasn't really. His behavior has not earned him this.
Klingon vessels are walking into your position.
Does it?
It's fast and movable. That's one thing I like about this ship. It's not my favorite.
They're in mid-conversation. Dom's like, what? Oh, there's Cisco. What? It was
I caught that too.
I already got it, so
Good job.
I can get out of here.
Those background actors, they don't put 100%.
Thank you for coming to our aid. Some sort of energy surge
Nog
erupted
doesn't
from
even
the
say,
rift and
I'll be
hit
back in a
us.
moment. I mean, the
We
minute he
lost
sees Cisco,
main
he just
power,
leaves,
sensors,
which is very, very
everything.
funny. And
You're right,
good
a
on
few minutes
the
later, it would have been
background
over.
actor to play that, because literally they could have just sat there with blank face and not done anything, and they were a team player.
We have another handshake moment here. Nog offers his hand at the end. Just give me a chance.
Alrighty.
In the commander's office, Cisco's talking to Dax here, and he tells Dax he wants Cargo Bay A12 inventoried again, and he wants Nog to. And Dax is like, we just did that last week, but Cisco wants him to do it all by himself because he tells Dax that Nog wants to join.
La 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 la.
I love Terry's reading.
No.
Oh my god.
She
How
says,
much time?
yeah, she says, I always thought it'd be.
Oh, 17 seconds. I'll go back to reroll.
She sort of turns her head.
Yeah.
It's very good.
It was, you know how comedy happens in threes, right? So, so Cisco says, Dax says, Cisco says, I already have someone in mind for the job. Dax says, really, who? Cisco says, Nog. Dax goes, Nog. And then Cisco goes, he asked for a recommendation to start Fleet Academy. And Terry goes, Nog? Like, so, and then she has a third one, but Nog, and she played it perfectly. Each
Alright. Reroll.
So, good job, Terry Farrell.
Oh, let's see.
And Cisco insists he's got to do this alone.
Defeat Tanseki
Well, the test is
ground.
also because of the valuable equipment in there. Because there
Destroy
is going
her
to be
ships.
temptation for his former self, which is teenager Nog,
Defeat
getting into
Fourth
trouble,
ground.
stealing
Those are
things.
shitty
So,
endeavors.
test.
Hate it.
We're back down in our moon.
Okay, let's see.
Here's got this rock
We're doing
crystal
first
up to her
ground
waist.
Tanseki.
Scary and
Which
she's
one was
crying.
that? I need to check my notes.
Completely covered in 12 hours, and then Odo has an idea. As he reads these criminal activity reports, and they give him ideas sometimes. So I guess a Nausicaan had used an ultrasonic generator to break into a museum, and somehow the vibrations from this ultrasonic generator were able to break the doors or the locks. So he decides he's going to try to build one of these things back at the
Tanseki.
Now,
Where
it would
are
have been much
you?
easier, Armin, if he'd done what you said.
Hurry up.
Just fly back to the station. No,
it's
instead he's going to build from scratch
Golat.
a generator that he heard referenced in a police report.
Robbie, earlier you said that there was a bit of dialogue where Kira says, "Are you worried about leaving me alone?" And that was a little bit of a flag for you, a red flag.
Yes.
You were like, "Oh, did the crying give you a bit of a red flag at all?" Because
Yes.
it did. Yeah, because what have we seen of Kira so far? She's a battle-hardened individual. She's seen it all. She's been in the worst circumstances. I do not think that she would even allow a tear to come out at this point. So that to me, I was like, wait, what's happening?
Can you
The
check
Lucari have discovered some unusual activity
does
in an
not say
unexplored
crying
region
in
of
the
the
scene.
Alpha Quadrant.
It does not.
The data suggests another weaponized use of protomatter, similar to what happened recently at Draconis 3.
This was Kira's choice.
The Klingons have sent a ship out,
Again, we go back to the question that you posed.
and we'd like
Is she
you to
doing
join them.
this
If the Zenkethi are involved,
what
we need to
the
know
entity?
about it
Or
fast.
is it just something that she thought because she was close to death, she as the character should cry? All I know is that was an enormous red flag for me. I went,
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so you guys both felt the same then.
Yeah, I
Okay.
did too.
Yep.
Yeah, and I wasn't sure where it was coming from, but I didn't buy that the character would do that.
Right.
It didn't seem
And
like
she-
the character we'd gotten
and
to
she
know.
sobs pretty much for the rest of the episode.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the squeezing, the behavior of kind of losing her breath, I don't know that worked for me. I wasn't quite clear on. I know she said she couldn't get her foot out of the boot because it was so tight, but I think that needed a little more attention.
And if we go back, sometimes a great notion, and she did play it once or twice, and maybe even in this scene that we're talking about now, where the ridiculousness of this little tiny thing being the cause of a possible death is ludicrous to the character. That's what made that scene so powerful, that he found it ridiculous that he was dying.
Yeah, I think there could have been some more authentic ways to have played this, even if we know what we know at the end. Even within that context, I think there could have been more interesting and authentic and complex ways of playing it, rather than sort of the straightforward melodrama of tears and suffering.
But what Armin just said, to play the ridiculousness of the potential or the imminent death.
Like, this is how I'm going to die?
Yeah,
exactly.
would not bring tears. You would not bring tears. If anything, laughter would be coming out, if anything. It's just
gallows humor.
This is
and,
ridiculous. What? Yeah, it's just gallows humor, exactly.
Yeah.
Good call. Good pick. Good quibble.
Well, Kira does say that she promises to read those criminal activity reports if they get back. So
yes, she does.
Next scene is in cargo bay. This is Dax telling Nog that due to a computer error, they just need to re-inventory this whole cargo bay again. And Cisco wants him to do it. And
I have
he
met
says something
do
when
you
need
have
it?
any
She says,
questions?
tomorrow morning will be fine.
The
Nog.
Lucari are just
He
ahead
says,
and eager to begin
have
the
it
search.
for him tonight. He'll have it tonight before he gets off duty. So he's.
It's good to
very-
see you again.
Protomatter.
It looks like
Very
we have
weapon of
another
the
incident
Cosmos.
to
Prove
study.
himself. We respect
We
We're
sent
back in
out
the
a
chamber
number of
again.
long-range
Now
sensor
Odo
probes.
has
Twice
finally
said
brought in
official,
a
General.
light.
After the events
This
of
is
20
the first time
Draconis,
where I've
I
seen a
had
light
liberty
source
of setting
where
probes to scan
They
for
should have been in
There's
a
two,
dark
actually. There's
cave.
two,
There's
Gary.
two of
Afraid
them,
they
yeah.
found
There's two
something.
on the pedestal. And he's
Let's
got
begin
a
our
generator,
search by sending a short-range
vibration
probe to
generator
the nearby
there.
planet.
But the
probe is
crystal, the
away.
rock is now
And
come
how
up
did
to
he
it.
bring those
atmosphere
down?
of the planet is
In
so
a
thick
trolley.
it will
The
take
same
the
trolley
probe
that
some
could
time
lift
to
her
figure
out.
Perhaps
out.
Probe's information will give us more insight
We
as to
can
why
find
Unless he
these
some
carried them, I
attacks
suppose
are
he could have
occurring.
carried them.
At
Maybe
least
he carried
one
them,
moon has signs
but
of protomatter
Kira's
energy.
covered up to her collarbone.
closer look will
She's
give
all
us
the
more
way up.
information.
You know, this rock is all the way up almost to her neck. So she's struggling to talk, very weak. Yeah, all of this. I would have liked to have seen your version, Armin, of the kind of laughing
Most
at
curious.
this ridiculousness.
This is a class-wide
So, Robbie,
move.
you would not
It's
have had any
incapable of
weakness of
sustaining
this
most
at
known
all.
life forms,
Through
but
the
it was
entire
scorched by
overall.
protest
I
sites
think
for
there's
the weapon.
space for that. I think she's physically suffering, but I just don't know if the character would have kind of succumbed to
So,
the suffering.
it was a
quite
poor
so
choice.
easily
Why
without a fight
scour
or
a world
without
already
some
devoid of
attitude.
life?
Yes. little more sexy.
Sickens me to see
Yeah,
Protomatter
it
used
felt sort
like
of
this.
straightforward, soapy to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the question becomes, is Nana trying to differentiate between herself and what she's playing? That's, for me, the next time I see Nana, I really do want to ask her, was this a choice that she made?
Yeah.
Or is her mind scrambled because of the claustrophobia?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I'm very claustrophobic. If I were in her situation, that would have been tough.
Or maybe in reading the script, maybe Nana felt like, okay, this is Salome, and if this is Salome, why bring out the tears and add the extra emotion as much as I can to get anything out of Odo? So who knows? This is maybe her take on that. Yeah, but I think you should ask her, and I would love to know the answer.
Mm-hmm. Well, she's struggling to even talk. Odo wants to be back
different from the
by tomorrow night. He starts trying to distract her with stories.
There is no tactful balance. He's attacked.
With
There must be a
O'Brien.
reason,
Cyril wants to hear about it, so Odo goes off on a long description of what
Let's
he and
figure this
O'Brien
out
do.
quickly
This
before
kayak.
more lives are lost.
They go kayaking.
Yes,
Yep.
it's been established before in a prior episode that O'Brien does the kayaking holiday program, so we do know of this.
We know of it, but he describes this.
Hold on, guys. I need to
dangerous and exciting.
close the curtains, cause
Kira
it's
wants
impossible to see now. Be right back.
Why do you? And I like Odo's line here where he says humans have.
There's evidence of crude attempts at terraforming, but
Even if it
no signs of protomatter detonation.
Yeah, it was almost like talking about him and Kira in a way.
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
So, but the funny part of this scene is when he talks about, well, if it helps at any, he's the one who does all the singing. And Kira's like, singing. Yeah, it's necessary to establish a smooth paddling rhythm to sing. And then Odo says, ancient human sea shanties mostly, particularly fond of one called Louie Louie, which again, very funny.
Alrighty.
Oh,
Let's do this quick.
It's sending data back to us.
A bit of an avalanche, rocks falling.
I'm detecting
So
a cut
Odo
pattern
turns
there.
into
I
this
suppose
protective
you have
dome.
some questions for me.
So he hasn't lost his skills.
No.
turns into a dome, protects her. I have no problems with that. No, my quibble is somewhere else. All of that makes perfect sense and good for it's a clout show. That means they're trying to save money.
Why
it
are you
costs a
making him a
lot of
dome?
money to do. And usually we don't have any morphing scene in an episode. After about the first season, there are much less morphing scenes because they're expensive. They're really expensive.
There has been a large-scale battle in this system. We are analyzing the debris. It
As a
appears the
producer,
losing side possessed technology
wouldn't somebody have said,
a century
can we
behind
lose
our
one
own.
of the morph scenes?
Preliminary scans indicate that the battle was
They are.
very
I can imagine back then they were very expensive.
Oh, they were
scans are
hugely.
showing
That's
the
why.
wreckage of
I mean,
dozens of ships.
they were expecting
They
in
weren't
the
all
beginning,
military
Odo was
either.
supposed to morph all the time.
I'm seeing remains
And
of
then
Unclear
it's
at the
too
moment.
expensive, we can't do
We have not detected any Synkethi debris.
And here they are in a bottle show morphing.
Whoever did this
in a
was
bottle show.
powerful,
That's
but
antithetical,
not
in my
honorable.
opinion.
I
There
think
is no
there's an
honor
exchange
Who
of
is it?
attitudes at the end of this.
I'm detecting
He
strong
talks
energy
about, like,
signatures
we've been
ahead.
in tougher situations.
Further
than
scans may
this, and
prove
she
to be
says,
more
"I know
conclusive.
3." And he's like, oh, that's not the response I expected. For the detective novels that O'Brien gives me to read, when the hero says we've been in
Come
tougher
on.
situations than this one, the friend
That's
always
what it is,
agrees.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he's using these quotes and these platitudes, and she says, "Oh, well, I don't have much use for platitudes. I'd rather face the situation and go on from there." Yeah, I just thought that was nice.
It was.
And may I give kudos to the writers. Every time Odo
Where is
poses
it?
a question
There
that
it
would
is.
require Kira to
Around
remember
50 ships were
something
involved
from
in the battle.
past.
Many were lightly armed, if at all. I am reading
She avoids-
traces
she
of
avoids
engine-grade plasma ahead.
avoids
Yeah, you're
It
right.
does not
And
match that led by the
knowing what the
local
ending
craft.
is,
Perhaps the aliens
quite
managed to score a hit
of the
to the
writer.
engines of an enemy ship.
Never to have
I
her
suggest we
answer
advance
something
and
that
investigate
might lead to
further.
a question about something that they did together.
Correct.
Or that he would know that she had done.
Right.
Yeah.
This is all that is left.
Yeah.
Quite brilliant. When I saw it the second time,
It appears the aliens detonated the warp core of one of their capital
the little
ships.
details.
After ramming this
Yeah, you don't notice them at the moment, but looking backwards, like you say, you watch this. That's
For them, it was a good day to die.
We go to the Replomat next. Cisco is very impressed with Nog's work. Dax and Cisco are talking. Dax says Nog found some things that they had missed before, so he went above and beyond.
He did.
Better than the Starfleet people had done themselves.
Better than Starfleet team that was probably assigned.
Yes.
This is a single this is a single individual that has found things that were not cataloged.
No, he's done a great job. But Cisco
They are
seems very
reptilian,
focused on
territorial, and aggressive.
Just doesn't.
Battle, perhaps they are testing the weapon against
From what he
planets
knows
that are
of
not
Nog
part
so
of the alliance,
far, yeah.
hoping that we will turn a blind eye to their crimes. Once they have perfected the weapon, they will certainly
fingers
use it
sticking
on
out.
their old
I did like how her hands sort of came out of the rock. I couldn't tell how they did that. Like,
there may be more
she was really
clues
encased in
this
that
area.
set piece. I thought that was pretty cool. Odo's trying to find the frequency to crack this thing.
There might be survival pods from other ships out there among the wreckage.
The
Could
story
you
of how
look
he
for
got his
them?
name.
We're doing all we can to keep life support running over
Basically,
here.
they had to name
I
all
can't
of
start a
these
search and rescue operation on my own. If you have any
experiments they had in
engineers you
the
could
lab,
loan or some spare
give them
parts,
some kind of name.
the crew and I would be
Records,
forever
and
grateful.
Turns out they used a Cardassian word that means nothing. It's
Odo Ital.
Odo Ital. Yeah.
Odo Ital. Means nothing. And then as a joke, they separated the names.
I
the
thought
word
no
Odo
one
Ital
would
to
come. Thank you,
surname and
strangers.
a
Thank
proper
you.
Name, right? So Odo and Ital was
The wizard.
the last name, I guess. So to be funny.
But he does say in
I
this
can see
scene
it.
that it stood for nothing, or unknown sample originally, and then basically nothing. But he said he feels like something now because of the friendships and relationships he's made. He doesn't feel
including one with Quark, which I appreciate.
I can see it.
Yeah.
He did put that in there.
Bloody heck are they?
Kara's in bad shape in this scene, and she decides to order him. This is where she pulls rank. As your superior officer, I'm telling you to take that runabout, get the hell off this moon. That's an order.
That sounds more like Kira. You know what I'm saying? That little part right there.
Yes,
that She's
yes.
starting to have a bit of a backbone and saying, "No, I'm ordering you. Get out of here, Odo." I like that.
All of that is good, absolutely. So if he had followed the order, what about the being that's encased in the next chamber?
I don't know. I don't know what the plan was for that.
And I want to get back to that a little later.
Yeah, let's just hold that thought and keep going. But we come back from a commercial break after she's ordered. Kira's ordered to leave. Kira's begging him to leave. He refuses, and basically, out of this argument they're having, this heated debate, this discussion,
tense situation.
Yes, he admits finally that he's in love with her.
Ooh.
And then she admits the same thing.
Ooh.
In love with you too. Wow.
Right after Barial.
Right after Barial. Yeah, it did seem. Yeah, I forgot about that, but you're right. It seems strange already to me, and then remembering that Barial had just died. Yeah. Red
Captain
flag.
Quibble, your table is ready. Captain Quibble, your table is now ready.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we think maybe this is a good thing. They both admit they love each other. If you're fans of the show at this point, maybe that's a great thing. We go to the commander's office. This is where Cisco tells Nog that he's not going to write him a letter. Not going to do it.
Someone heard. By all the gods, someone heard the signal. I'm saved.
Cisco demands that he tell him why he wants it. I have a quibble about Cisco grabbing Nog and shaking.
Is it yeah.
I didn't like it because I don't think a superior officer needs to do that. The power dynamic, it just that seemed like a line physically to grab Nog and shake him.
All right. Aaron Eisenberg was
Thank you
interviewed
again.
that particular
I've
scene.
confirmed the captain.
It is
He
time
said
for a reckoning.
that when they were in rehearsal and every time they ran their lines, there was no blocking of the grab. But when the cameras were rolling, Avery made that choice to grab him.
Whatever
and
this
that
Inkethi
actually
are doing
helped
We need
Aaron's
to stop it.
performance. Aaron said
Now.
like that. It kind of startled me because we didn't practice that. We didn't rehearse that. So that grab was so startling, and he was so, you know, insistent on getting that answer from me. Like, why are you?
To battle, my
In his estimation,
fight with me now.
It's a great scene. I just wish the editors had
Come on. Come on.
it seems
Overkill?
excessive.
That
It
didn't
seems
go right. Good job.
borderline inappropriate
Okay.
for the child.
Shouting more as an adult.
He's so
But we
rule following, the guy that he plays in so many other scenes.
Hey, I thought it was...
Abandoned that scene.
I'd say the Rescava did quite well in her first battle.
Can I just read it directly instead of paraphrasing?
Good battle. Well fought.
There's a scene that we
Honor
rehearsed,
of
but
victory
as soon as
is
we shot
ours.
it, he unexpectedly grabbed my shoulders and said, "Tell me, Nog, what is it?" And it was awesome. These are Aaron's words. It was awesome because it forced me to come up to that
It's
level.
ground.
I
Okay.
didn't back down. I blurted
Okay.
out.
No
because I don't want to
worries.
be like my father. He's so professional at everything. So professional. That was my favorite scene. It finally gave me, as an actor, something to really think about and deal with. It was emotional. And I really got to see the heart of Nog. And also, as an actor, I really had to come from a place and not just be on the surface. I was very well prepared when I did it. I didn't have any problems with the lines, and I was very proud of myself. So I just feel like, you know, I don't think Aaron had any issue.
With all due respect to Aaron's words and his experience.
Yeah.
And I respect it. But having been a producer and director for a long time now, 20 years,
Yeah.
Watching actors, I have seen sometimes actors will get a real satisfaction out of feeling something that's real. Oh God, that felt good to me.
Right.
But it's not the story, and it's not the character.
Okay.
And to me, I don't need an actor, the human actor, to actually feel anything. If they're performing a pretend story that's in line with the story we're trying to tell,
Yeah.
sure, if they feel something, if they feel satisfaction from having, you know, suffered in that moment in some way that feels authentic, but they don't have to feel anything. Honestly, like so often, you know, we're not, you know, I've often said to actors like, this isn't therapy, this isn't like, we're telling a story, and so we need to find the emotional journey that your character is experiencing, and then the action that your character.
Their weapon is inefficiently
That's
shielded.
what I want to see.
It leaks
So
kaons
for
at a
Aaron, if
level
he
our
got there
tricorders can
and had a
detect
great
and
experience,
track.
great.
The kaons are recommendable to a
He
scan
didn't need
for
to
elevated
adopt
chaos
it.
levels
He
and
certainly
follow
doesn't
Oh,
need
I
another
see.
actor to
They
force it.
followed the waterfall.
That's where I struggle, and it felt like that to me. It felt a bit like self-indulgent.
Okay. I
And,
hear you.
and tangential to all this, and all of what we both said is incredibly powerful and true. How did the cameraman feel? All of a
Sorry
sudden,
about that,
shot-
guys.
The rocks here are causing a lot of interference. We should take another set of scans to get our
Yeah, it's
bearings.
like I think there's a sweet spot where we can go through the mechanics as actors, as camera people, as whatever. You go through the mechanics that have all been pre-planned, and yet stay open to some spontaneity.
Yeah.
But within the safety of the agreement that we're pretending. This is pretend. We're playing pretend. You know, when you lose the safety factor of someone, another actor, physically, if you're doing a stunt, there's choreography. You've got to do your part, and they have to do their part. Otherwise, someone gets hurt. And that's, to me, a bit of a blurred line to me when I hear your story. I didn't even know that. I thought they had chosen.
They're big
So knowing
and
that it's
angry.
not planned, in my mind,
now walk the path of violence.
I like that.
So be it.
Yeah, and again, to play the devil's advocate to what Armin was saying about the cinematographer, the director of photography, the camera operator.
Focus puller, the focus
focus
puller.
puller, exactly.
Come,
I also feel that I think
see how
we
a
probably
true
need to
warrior
focus
fights.
on the two shots.
Yeah.
For a little bit of time to change too much. But I do find it so interesting because when he says that he doesn't want to be he goes into detail. He talks about how his father, Rob, has been chasing him his whole life. Because he doesn't have the motives to always chase people like corporals, and neither do I. That's just not our work. And a Ferengi without profit is answers to so now
there are some Zinkethi with a taste for battle.
Parallel of story about not being
Scans
nothing
indicate they took the
and
path.
Odo, his name being nothing as well. You know, there's this kind of weird parallel. I don't even know if the writers
That's
even
the
knew
best
that
stuff to
this
do.
happened in this episode, but it's there for me. I thought, wow, that's deep. It's insightful. You know, Nog feeling like he's not worthy or not a Ferengi without having profit, and you know, making that decision that he doesn't want to chase profit. He wants to go for Starfleet Academy. He wants to go for
We also
become a
looks-
member of Starfleet.
Because he looks at his dad and he says, you know,
I will do that.
mentions his dad as a mechanic.
If he does.
Yes.
He could have been a head engineer if he had chosen.
We've been in regular contact with the
to
Lucari,
follow his
and they've
own
recently unveiled
Uh,
a new starship
no.
designed for space
That's
exploration.
not the one I need.
They're eager to head out into the unknown, and they've asked us to give them a hand. Starfleet has decided to send you to assist them in their first voyage beyond their home system. This is an exciting time for the Lucari. Watch over them and help them to see the value of space exploration.
I need your help with a very sensitive mission. A former Kai, Opaka, was trapped on a prison moon in the Gamma Quadrant in 2369. Alien nanotech.
I'm sort of the Nog,
But it also sustains her life indefinitely.
in Asian culture. Become an
Seems the wardens of the prison were planning on curing and granting amnesty to the prisoners until their planet.
Starfleet or even think of becoming part of Starfleet.
Somehow,
as we
the
shall see
Dominion
later.
managed to obtain the cure, and they provided it to us as a good. We've arrived.
Those satellites could cripple a Starfleet runabout with one shot back then. I'd rather not find out how powerful they are now.
Interesting, and I think they're best played out in this Nog.
Looks like
You should be able to distract the satellites by
others
picking up
do.
some debris
Probes
clouds
near
from
Ocean.
Herc ships in orbit. Distract enough of them, and you'll clear an area
It's
long
possible
enough to
some
safely
Herd
beam
bypassed
down
the
and
satellites.
await.
We should be
Looks like
ready.
O'Brien's trick still works.
So this
The
arguably
satellites
is
took the bait, and we have a safe.
I
We're
think
in
it is.
position.
Yeah,
All right.
I don't
The doctor and I are ready to beam down when you are.
To add on to what you said, if you get more of this when you ask me about the themes of the show, I think the fact that when cultures intermingle is the opportunity for one culture to influence the other. And I think what's happened, why does he want to be in Starfleet? There's many paths he can take in Starfleet. Because he has been living with Starfleet people and influenced by their ideas, by their goals, by their achievements. It's because he's living in a foreign culture. Just, if I may, Garrett, just as you were not living in Korea, you were living in the United States.
Ah, the wreckage of the Yangtze Jiang. Or what's left of it,
isn't
rather.
necessarily
Looks like the locals have scavenged
Therefore,
everything the
it's
valley
open
from
to you because you're living.
Unlike her, they could never die thanks to the nanotech
That's a valid
inside.
point.
Right.
That's a very valid
The
point.
last time we were here, the prisoners were eager to be cured, if only to get the chance to kill their rivals off for good.
Now understands.
I'm hoping that
full
Opaka
picture,
has
and
shown
he
them a
agrees
better path in the
to
time
send
she's.
a letter of commendation. At which point, Nog is so excited. He goes to hug Cisco. And Robbie, I want to ask you, can you please look at the script? Is that in there where Nog reaches in for a hug of Cisco at the end? Because I feel like that may not be.
It may not be because Aaron was a hugger.
Yes.
He liked to hug people.
That looked like an Aaron Eisenberg move, and I wanted to see if that indeed was
Oh, is it?
impetus.
Tit for tat. If that wasn't in, that's the response to being clutched.
No, it's not in there. It says Nog is overwhelmed after Cisco says that
Serious? Am I losing the interest now?
Not entirely sure if Nog is right, but we'll take that chance. That's how the scene ends.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I think what, if I may, and again, I'm putting
Oh,
words
yeah.
into people's mouths, but
Sure.
if you've already
That is
broken the
ridiculous.
structure by grasping by then the other actor feels okay. Then
There
I
it
have
is,
the liberty
I
to
think.
do something as well.
Yeah, there
Add
it
my
is.
hug.
And
If you're going to grab me by my shoulders, I'm going to give you a bear hug, is what I'm going to do. Yes. I like that.
Great. We go back down
We're
to
not
the
alone.
moon chamber.
Herc life signs dead
Things up
ahead.
to her chin now. This crystal is almost covered. Odo's looking at these phaser marks. And, basically, Odo realizes Kira has been wrong this whole time. That he says he knows her far too well. He points a phaser at her, and then she ultimately turns into a changeling.
This is
into
interesting.
A founder. The founder explains.
I just ran a medical scan on these
think
Hurg.
that Kira
They're not
died,
regenerating.
and that
There's no
maybe
sign of the alien
return
nanites in their
to his
bodies.
people.
Something in the Hurg genetic makeup isn't compatible with the nanites.
Never. That's
I suspect
never
it
gonna
only
happen.
works
He
on
wants to know what
humanoids.
Kira is. She tells him, and then the founder tells him, and then the founder transports out of there.
Does she transport out? Is that what happens?
And where does she go?
Yeah.
Where does she go? There's no other ship there.
You know what? Maybe the moon was her ship. Maybe the entire moon was
The
just
whole
morphed
thing.
into the ship morphed into a moon, and then, boop, you know, who knows? You
Who
know,
knows?
Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. I went. Where are you going?
Yeah, where are you going?
Where are you going?
Back to the Gamma Quadrant. Okay.
Yeah, Odo uses his detectiving skills here and figures this out. It feels a bit like a classic Odo solving the crime scene. You know, I've been trying to figure out what's going on. Something just didn't seem right to me. Incidences.
So that was an interesting word. Coincidence means when two things happen at the same time that aren't necessarily related. That's a
We're
coincidence.
here to help.
for me.
Keep fighting.
The episode. When two things happen at the same time that aren't related, something can be wrong, something can be off kilter, but they're not coincidences. That's a strange word.
Yeah, it is. It is a strange word. He's really the key to this is these marks on the wall.
Yeah.
Because he asks, how tall was he? Was he my height? No. Kira says no shorter. Like this, more or less.
I think you'll find that she'll be in good health.
Odo says, well,
You can relax.
The healing
I'm
nanites
fine
are
now.
quite effective.
Really?
In fact, they seem to have become more.
You made it. Good.
No way
Yes.
that those-
She's had a vision
So
about
he
you
figures
coming
out that
here.
that's a
The
lot.
guy's
Come with
waiting
us.
for you. We'll take
In the
you
temple
to
ahead.
Unless you'd
And
rather
then-
stand around here until
Forgive
more
me
of those
if I missed
things
it,
show
but,
up.
And then Odo does something he
Welcome.
never
It's
does.
been some time since we've had peaceful visitors.
Complains about
And
his
Kai
arrogance
Kira,
against his
it's
philosophy.
been too long.
He lifts a gun. He hates
Truly, the prophets have smiled upon us
he never
today.
uses one. Even when he's in
Indeed,
trouble,
they have.
he never has.
We
a
have
phaser.
brought the cure.
This is the
You'll
first
be
time
able
he's
to live a
holding it.
normal
Am I
life
right?
away
Yeah,
from here.
it's ever.
You'll be free.
I
And
suppose
we have
he's
something to
so
bring
moved
with
by the
us.
fact that he's been Hornswoggled.
A miracle.
That he's forgotten his own philosophy.
Is-
But it is worth to point
Is
out.
that yes?
he never
A
picks
blessing
up
from the
gun,
prophets.
yet here he has
The
it.
orb of
Perhaps it's
peace.
right.
And he's-
Perhaps
Through
it is.
it,
But
we
it is a
ended the
person.
war between
And he's
Ennis
picking up a
and
gun
Noel
and pointing
Ennis.
it at the love of his life, who he's not certain that she's not the love of his life at this point.
As you can
He's
see,
willing to
our
roll the
peace has
dice.
been shattered.
Here, there might have
very
been a
well.
mention of Barai.
Begin the
You know,
procedure.
Yes.
you
I'm
just
sure many of
lost
us are eager
Barai
to
and
leave
you're
this
telling
place
me you
and
love
begin
me?
a new life together.
Some time ago, I asked Bashir
Yeah.
for this cure.
That could have been
I wanted to use the cure
I
as a
also
weapon
didn't like the
and
founder
kill the
saying
enemy.
what she said
I
at the
couldn't
end.
put the war with
She
the
said
Knoll
she's
behind.
never going to.
I hated him for.
After all
Could
this
she?
time, to
Or
live a
change.
normal life.
It's almost like well,
waking up from a
you say
really bad
changelings
dream.
Suck. Or they're
The
changelings
cure,
are the worst
huh?
people to ever be.
Well, this
I
cure
don't
had
know,
better
it just,
work,
it
friend.
bummed me
Or
out.
we
If I
won't
may,
be
Garrett, I
friends
think
no more.
that goes back
Then
against
it's
what I
true.
just
What
mentioned.
the guy saw in her
Cultures.
dreams,
Culture's not
those
mixed.
visions.
And that
The
cultures, when they
prophet.
do mix, things do happen. But what she's insisting
They talked
is
about
culture
it a
shouldn't
little
mix.
after the Kai
And
arrived.
how
When they
come
put me
one
here,
culture-
all I-
someone
Looks like
from
you're
one
down to
culture
one dose of the cure. Use that to inoculate the Kai, Kai Opaka.
Differences, just as humans.
I'll administer the cure
in
to the rest
in
here.
the B story, are suggesting that a Ferengi in Starfleet.
You
that's
have
kind
my
of racist
thanks
or
for all you
Those
have done
things
for
are
us
attacking!
today.
Defend
May the
yourselves!
blessings of the prophets be yours.
Well, we cut to a side chamber. Odo runs around and finds Kira in a stasis kind of box or something. The moonquakes are getting bad.
Medic!
He opens
Someone
it up.
help him!
And she pops out.
She pops out. What am I doing here? She says.
There needs to be a moment of acclamation to going from complete stasis to being, awake.
I'm afraid he's
right?
dead.
But
Awake
she's like,
and
hey,
conscious
it's
and
almost
aware.
like she was behind a curtain, right? And she's like,
The
hey,
doctor and I
I'm
will
here.
stay
It's
with
like,
Opaka and
Well,
her
they
people
run
in
out.
case the Hurk
We
make
come back
another
to the
attack here.
station. We're in an
Once you've
airlock.
cleared the
Odo
way
and
to the
Kira walk
transport
out.
site, we'll
And
join up
Odo's
with you there.
explaining that he figured all this out because she said something to him that gave it all away. It's something that Kira would never say. And Kira asked, well, what was it? He goes, oh, a slip of the tongue.
Sad.
Oh.
It's just sad.
Odo.
Sorry.
Tell her.
Tell her.
Tell her what you said.
Exactly.
So there's
But
still...
because he doesn't tell her, either one of the things that is so wonderful about our series is that we never, for the most part, we build upon what was said in the last episode or the last couple of episodes, and we build upon it, and it's a erector set, and we're gradually building a structure. So what really bothers me about the B story here is that it doesn't progress anything. I've watched this B story, and I'm no further along in the understanding of these characters or of this program or what their situation is, not one iota, because it's all erased.
Right.
When he says just a slip of the tongue.
Yeah.
I wonder, has he ever said out loud that he loves Kira?
No, but other people have said it. Loxana Troy.
Loxana Troy.
Has made a big speech and said, you know.
That's true.
And,
So
and we have
know.
seen him look at, I mean, the scene when there's the Bajorn Festival and he wants to be near her. We know what's in his mind, in his heart. So it's hard for him to say, absolutely. Kudos to my friend for that performance, but it's not surprising.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, nothing moves forward. Nothing moves forward. Well, let's get to the story where something does move forward. We're in Quark's. Quark is arguing, absolutely not. No, you're not going to sit at the Academy. And Quark says his wine is made. He absolutely forbids it, and Rom
stands up for
him. Yeah, he says that as far as the bar goes, you can be a driver. But when it comes to
everyone
my
made
son,
it out in one piece. Set up the pattern enhancer so we can beam out safely. There's no telling when the Herc will send reinforcements
Rom's
down.
going to say the same thing, and instead Rom says good luck. He'd be proud to have a son at Starfleet. And big smile, big smile. I love the ending.
This is a really big scene because we never see Rom with a backbone. We don't.
No.
Not when it's dealing with Quark. I'm sorry. Quark is the end all be all for every single episode up until this point. And so in this scene, it's just like
big step
I think the
forward.
audience is left. Yeah, we're all of our chins are on the floor. Like, what? He stood up to Quark finally. So it's a big scene.
Usually you end an episode with this, and you don't end it. Well, the thing you may be right. I don't know if it was written. In fact, let me go back to the script. I don't know if it was written as the last scene.
It's so
first step for both of them. So, like what I just said about the B story, this does make a difference. This episode does make a difference for those characters.
Yeah. They're moving forward. There's something that is happening now in their lives. Yeah. Good job.
Great.
Now knowing everything about the episode, I want to repeat the 12th night quote.
Okay.
I have said much unto a heart of stone, and laid mine honor too on cherry out. There's something in me that reproves my fault, but such a headstrong, potent fault it is, that it but mocks reproof. So, he admitted his Odo admits his love, even though it hurts, but it's so potent, it's so headstrong that he can't help himself, and it mocks anyone saying it. I think if they were related I think that's what happens.
Rear shield
Right.
Mira knew they all meant well. But with cancer, there are things you don't want
Let's
to
move
discuss.
the ship behind the satellites and lure
with
the
people you
Hurricane.
love. So she searched Macmillan online community. 80,000 strangers. every one of them with experience of cancer. Okay, she didn't know them, but they all knew.
Just in time. Here they come.
For a safe, anonymous, online forum, 24 hours a day. Search Macmillan on LinkedIn.
Both A and B story that was true.
Beings from different cultures can't forswear their racial prejudices, and by the influence of living in alien cultures, learn to be affected by another culture's influence. Here's another thing. Learn.
Please join us next time when we will be recapping and discussing episode Destiny.
My pleasure.
Yes, and everyone else, Patreon patrons, please stay.
Looks like the Herc have had enough for now. Let's get the rest of Opaka's people.
I'm glad I was...
Thank you, Julian. It means a lot to me to have everyone out safely, especially Opaka. We have a lot to talk about, her and I. For now, I think we should return to Deep Space Nine before the Herc come back to settle the score.
Welcome to Deep Space Nine. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to the Delta Flyers journey through the wormhole with Quark, Dax, and their good friends Tom and Harry. Join us as we make our way through episodes of Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
Your hosts for today are my fellow Trek actors, Terry Farrell, Robert Duncan McNeil, and myself, Garrett Wong.
For the complete and exciting version of this podcast, check out patreon.com/The Delta Flyers and sign up to become a patron today. I felt like being that
Don
Many
Pardo?
of us have not forgotten the fate of the New Bajor colony and the Dominion's role in that. As for me,
and for those
my time as
millennials that
Kai
don't
is
know
coming
who
to
Don
an
Pardo
end.
is, he was
Opaka
a
is the
TV
Kai that Bajor needs now.
Not just one of the
I
most
intend to
famous
guard
TV
the
one of the most
Celestials' temple
famous.
from the Herc
Yeah.
and anyone
With
else
that
who will
voice,
destroy the
everyone
home
knew
of the
Don Pardo
prophets.
was back then.
Best place
Not
to
back
do
in the
that
day.
is Deep
Back in-
Space Nine.
Back then.
As part of Starfleet.
Yeah, I've heard.
I'll be
I
Captain
don't
Kira
know
next time.
myself who
Trekkie 1982. Podcast.
Sorry guys, I stopped the podcast to listen to because I think episodes. It was
Trekking
a bit
Around and Orinda
much.
Talks. You can both listen to them on YouTube and Spotify. Trekking Around is an podcast and guests will recap Star Trek episodes. There are also bonus episodes of general Star Trek subjects. Orinda Talks is an all-geek podcast that covers from books to movies and series, video games and all fandoms.
One more endeavor, and then I'll quit.
EvePup04. Do you got tribbles?
I got tribbles, yeah. I even got a tribble here at home.
Sound alerts. EvePup04 followed your channel.
Thank you for the follow.
EvePup04. Tribbles are the cutest.
The cutest, but the annoyance. But all oh gosh. Where is mine? It's supposed to be here somewhere. Where did my husband?
EvePup04. Capla.
I had it to put the treble. Where's my treble? Even the dog is playing with the treble.
Nightbot. At the moment I have some PC and VPN problems, so if my stream stops I will be back shortly. Bear with me guys. Sound alert. Trekkie 1982 played Gangan Klingon Sil for 100 channel points.
Where is it? Come on. Yippee-yay. That's one. Next one. Can I see it somewhere? No. I think I'm going the other way, because I know for a fact that the other side doesn't have. But almost. Is someone here already? Yes. Are we all here? Seriously? I just need some fog, that's all. But at the same time that... But we can't have it. Dude, you need another one. Why do you only do two? Not yet.
he is because I'm so young. But yes, I've heard he's a famous person.
Who was the guy who always had his hand on his ear?
Don
when he
Pardo.
Was that him?
I think wasn't that Don Pardo?
Okay.
He did. I think that was that guy. I've heard. Again, I'm far too young to know.
Yeah, you're an
I have
infant.
no idea who you're talking about.
Oh my gosh.
People.
Holy
How is
cow.
everybody?
Good. Chilly.
Chilly?
It's getting a little nippy,
yeah.
although it's like 55 degrees today. Well, it will be this afternoon, but
Nice.
mighty chilly in the morning.
Spring's right around the corner. What are you doing for Easter?
What are we doing for Easter?
No, you
I don't know.
You have Easter
Don't
traditions?
know.
Are there
Do
Easter
I?
traditions?
I did
in the
when I
Farrell
lived with a
household?
child.
Yeah. Oh, like what? Just curious.
Oh, I used to hide eggs and eggs with
Oh.
money in them and toys and stuff like that for Max.
Wow.
I'd leave a little trail of the candy from where he woke up all around, like the Easter Bunny
Look at
dropped
you.
stuff. I know. I
God,
loved
you're the
it.
coolest mom of all. You are. You did really
What
cool
was
things.
what was your
Wow.
favorite holiday growing up? Was it Christmas? I feel like that's kind of an unfair holiday to all the other holidays.
For everything, yeah. I
So
would
how about-
say Halloween.
Halloween?
When I was a
yeah.
kid, yeah. The dress up part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
Halloween's
was-
pretty cool.
Not the trick or treat part. Well, trick or treat part when I was little because
Yeah,
you'd
yeah.
so excited to get the candy, but mostly about the dressing up.
Yeah. What was your favorite costume? Can you remember?
Vampire. I love. Yeah, my mom let me wear one of her long wigs one year, and I think I had like a long nightgown of hers. But then we had to wear coats because it was always cold.
Freezing, yeah.
Yeah, it was hot the week before, freezing the week of, and it was just like, no, I don't want to cover my costume.
That's so funny.
Did you
I
put
remember
the fake blood on the side, Terry? This out
Oh,
of your mouth? No?
yes.
Yes. Okay.
But you know what? What was that? Barnabas Collins. What was that?
Oh, yeah. What was that show?
I
it
loved
was
that
the
show when I was-
nighttime soap opera with vampires.
Yeah, and they showed it during the
gosh.
day.
Yeah, it was in the
Oh
afternoon.
my God.
Gosh. Ugh.
Why
Come on,
can't I think of the
people.
name of it? And they even did a movie with Johnny Depp. But that was like
Dark
yeah, we-
Shadows. Dark
Dark
Shadows.
Shadows.
Ooh.
I loved Dark Shadows when
Robbie
I was
wins
a
the game
kid.
I mean, I've heard that it was called Dark Shadows. I'm far
Yeah.
no.
Dracula
that-
was my
You're far too young for
first
that.
novel after Sword in the Stone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Do
11.
you guys remember at Halloween? My favorite part of Halloween back in my day, you'd go to the store like Kmart or something, you know,
Yeah.
and they'd have all the Halloween costumes, and they were in boxes with a plastic mask that
Yeah.
you
Oh,
could
yeah.
see through the plastic, sheet.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you'd look at all the plastic masks, and it was like this horrible nylon jumpsuit that you'd put on of Superman or Spider-Man or whatever. And then you put the plastic mask with the elastic over your head, and you couldn't really see out of the little slits in the hole, the eyes. It never quite fit right, and you'd bump into things.
Yeah.
The box
Yeah,
of
and then-
costume.
And then it became too expensive, and then it was
Yeah,
it was just no, we're inventing costumes.
exactly.
Which was like,
yeah.
oh, my friends have those ones from the store.
exactly.
Oh.
Those were fun. It
I
seemed
bought
like
a ton
such
of those
a.
for Max. Ton
You
of
did?
them.
With the,
yes,
they still
'cause
make
it
those?
was just fun to dress up. Well,
When-
he's just turned 21, so I haven't bought a costume for a child for a really.
Did you buy one for him this last Halloween?
No, my
just
God,
checking.
no. Ew, that would be weird.
Son, I have a costume for
No,
you.
no, oh my God, I don't. Oh God, could you imagine? I could not be that mom. Although I'm sure he would tease me that I am, but I did not do that this year. He's bonding with his dad, boxing, Pilates,
Oh, good.
rock climbing. Oh, I'm
Nice.
so happy. It's all
That's
it
wonderful.
reminds me of stuff I did with my dad. I love that they have that bond right now. It's just the best.
Great. That's great news. Congratulations on that.
Thank
Good to
you.
have good bonds with family. And
It is.
kids. Yeah.
It is.
All right. Well, speaking of bonds with family,
Yes.
non sequitur, we have a birthday to talk about.
We do. We
We
do.
do.
Yes. So let's jump right into this and say happy birthday to Matt Edmonds on February 26th. Happy birthday, Matt.
Happy birthday, Matt.
Happy birthday, Matt.
And now we're going to jump into our synopsis, our poetry synopsis.
Yes.
Go ahead, Robbie.
My.
Grace
Yes,
us
I'll
with your
start with
limerick.
my limerick.
Thank you.
My limerick for, what is the name of this episode?
It's called Destiny.
Destiny.
Yeah.
Took me a second. I remember. Destiny. Okay. Little limerick for Destiny. Here we go. A relay station could be a new peace treaty benchmark, but Cardassian scientists really don't like the Patriarch. Cisco and Kira can't agree about the meaning of the prophecy, but just remember, don't take free drinks from Quark. There you
That
go.
was cute.
You know what I like the most about that limerick, Robbie?
Yes.
That one first verse. You said a relay station could be a new peace treaty benchmark. Putting those 4 words at the end together was genius. New peace treaty benchmark. I love it.
Yes. Yeah. And I got the Patriarch in there, so that.
Yeah.
You did.
Stuck Patriarch in as well.
I
I've
like
not
that.
rhymed. I've not rhymed Patriarch in any limerick so far.
No.
I was gonna say, but the Cardassian scientists prefer the matriarch or something like that, but it didn't sound as good.
But then you also could have pronounced Quark the way that
Trekkie
Bashir
1982.
says Quack, which would then
Stream
rhyme
ending.
with Patriarch. a little
Nightbird.
closer, right? Quack.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Your mind
This
is a
was it
powerful
for now.
conductor.
I
Trust
hope
your
you
knowledge.
enjoyed it
Let
and
the
thanks
rest fall
for watching.
asunder. Restless
Stay for a
minds
little
live in
bit
fear.
because I am
Calm your
going to see
mind
if I
or
can
shed
raid a
tear.
friend's channel. See you
Oh,
all
nice.
Oh, calm your mind. I like that. I like
I
calm
do.
your mind. Yeah, that was beautiful.
I couldn't think of anything else to rhyme with fear other than tear, so
Great.
It works.
I Google rhyming dictionaries to get my limericks
do?
done. So yeah.